is Sam Altman, the creator of ChatGPT, the first artificial intelligence that the world has ever seen. You see, everyone thought that AI was going to change everything.
More breaking news on the ChatGPT.
OpenAI has just unveiled
ChatGPT,
the newest tool from OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT.
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 They thought that the future was here and that AI is going to revolutionize everything in this world. And 90% of people in the population invested in AI companies, all in the hopes that 5 years from now they will become millionaires. And everything was going great up until this recent interview where he shakingly admitted to this.
The market might be in a bubble waiting to burst. That's not coming from a critic, it's the view of Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. In an interview with The Verge, Altman compared today's AI frenzy to the dot-com bubble.
What is a bubble? In simple context, let's take me and you are sitting in a table and I pull out this pen right here and I tell you this exact words. I say to you, you see, this pen right here has been made from pure steel. It took over 200 craftsmen to design this pen right here. And this pen right here is the rarest pen in the world. If you can buy this pen from me right now for 100 rands or $100 and you store this pen very well, 5 years from now this pen will be even rarer, meaning that if someone can buy this pen from you 5 years from now, you can sell it for 10,000 rands. You see, as someone who wants to make over 10,000 rands off of a single pen that only costed you 100 rands or $100, guess what? You'd buy that pen. But if there's something that you didn't know, and that is everything that I just said is not true. This is just any regular pen, and it is not the rarest pen in the world. I just convinced you that this pen is the future of all pens, and if you buy it now at a cheap price, guess what? 10 years from now you are going to make tens and thousands of rands. And that is exactly what the AI bubble is. And in order to understand how these bubbles have worked, we first have to go back in history. You see, the first bubble that we have to see or explore is the dot-com bubble. This bubble started in 1995. In 1995, the first ever internet was created. That meant that for the first time ever, people stopped using telephones and they started using cell phones. At this very moment, everyone was excited and everyone thought that the internet was going to change everything. Guess what happened? 80% of the population, people who were just working normal jobs, people who were just unhappy with their jobs, they had a boss that they did not like and they wanted to become rich. Guess what they did? They came across this on the stock market saying that these dot-com companies are the future of the internet, and if you invest now today $100, 5 years from now, when the internet completely changes everything, you are going to become a millionaire. Guess what they did? They invested. People through their last paychecks. People invested their retirement funds into the .com companies. And in March 2000, when those companies that had the .com name in the stock market came back to their investors who invested their last dime into them and said, how much money did you make from the internet? Guess how much they made? 92% of those companies didn't even make a single cent from the internet. Companies lost investors' money.
Affected.
They are ping-ponging back off each other.
People are seeing this, and those memories of fear are coming back.
Procter & Gamble.
Doesn't make any sense.
Procter's trading at 60.
When I asked them what the heck is going on down here, I don't know.
All of a sudden here, we started hearing screaming, buy, buy, buy.
Right now, we're sitting down 875 points.
We've now broken Dow 10,000.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped more than 900 points.
The market didn't work. It broke down. The machines broke.
People's lives were ruined. People lost their jobs. People lost their retirements. People lost their cars. People lost their houses. All because of this .com bubble. People thought that this bubble was going to be the future of the internet, the future of the century. If you invest now, 10 years from now, you are going to become a millionaire. Guess what? Those people lost their jobs. Those people lost immense amount of money. And the richest man at that time, which was Bill Gates, he was going broke. Jeff Bezos was already broke with millions of investors' monies gone, just like that. Another bubble that we have to look at is a recent bubble called the cryptocurrency.
Hottest crypto trade of the year is not Bitcoin, it is not Ether, it is XRP, the coin formerly known as Ripple, soaring more than 20% this year, becoming the third largest cryptocurrency out there, and there's big money behind this trade.
You see, this bubble didn't even last even 5 years like the .com bubble, because it started in 2017, where everyone thought that crypto is the future of all trading. They thought that the US dollars, the rands, all these other currencies will be buried to the ground. Only crypto will exist from now on and forever, because it is a currency for the future. Guess what? In 2017, 18 million people invested in crypto. 18 million people took their last money and put it in crypto. And guess what happened in 2018? All of those people lost their money. All of those people were crying because they realized that they have been fooled. And guess what? 2022 came along, and a man with the name of Sam Altman came out into the world.
Today, we're going to launch ChatGPT Atlas, our new web browser.
Then told the world that we have successfully created artificial intelligence for the first time in history, and this is going to be the future. It is going to revolutionize how humans interact. And guess what? The world took it and ran with it. They told everyone that ChatGPT is going to be the future. Guess what happened in 2026, late January? He had an interview when they asked him, how is AI doing? he said to the world, they admitted proudly that this might be a bubble. And what does that mean? People are going to lose their money, because all of the companies that are called the Magnificent Seven, these are the top 7 companies that took the investors' money and invested it into building AI that is going to revolutionize the future. We are talking about Amazon, we are talking about Meta, we are talking about Tesla, we are talking about Microsoft, we are talking about Alphabet, we are talking about Nvidia, and we are talking about Apple. You see, these companies invested billions of investors' money into creating artificial intelligence. Guess what happened? None of them created something that is of the future. All of their projects were failing miserably. And guess what is going to happen? People are going to lose money. And if you thought that, okay, then what does this have to do with me? Guess what? I have got something that you didn't expect. You see, from all of these bubbles that have been happening throughout history, there has been an elite group of people that live in closed, gated circles, people that get information before the general public ever gets it, people that invest in millions in order to get billions. These people, throughout every single bubble burst, these people were making billions. And you might be asking yourself, well, Lucien, how did they manage to profit off of the bubble bursting? Because everyone surely lost their money. But here's one thing that you didn't understand. You see, the general public, people who do zero research before investing, those are the people that lost money because they don't understand how this thing works. They were just told by a friend that AI is here, invest now $100 and you are going to become a millionaire 5 years from now. But these people that work with very, very, very important people, guess what they did? They understood one thing. You see, they wait and position for themselves. When the AI is at its peak, the bubble is at its peak, the price for Apple soars for 10,000 rands per stock or per share. They let the bubble burst and let everyone sell all their stocks. Let everyone lose their money. And they wait up until that money or that stock is at its cheapest. Meaning that they wait for the stock to reduce in value until it's at a point where a stock that initially sold for 10,000 rands now sells for $2, and they buy bulk stocks. They buy loads of those stocks because throughout history, when every bubble bursts, prices drop. And if you manage to enter at that price, buy those stocks when they are the cheapest, guess what? If you wait for 5 years, those companies will climb back, and those companies will make you a billionaire. This is exactly what happened with Amazon. You see, in 2000, when the bubble bursts, everyone thought that the internet was just a scam, and they tried to leave the stock market. Some didn't even get a single dime out of the stock market. And guess what? The elite were waiting for the right moment. And at that moment in 2000, they pulled the trigger. They bought as many stocks as possible. And guess what? 5 years from there, Jeff Bezos was the richest man alive.
When the market opened this morning, the big story was Facebook. Now the big story is Amazon, up $20. This means that Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, he owns 17% of the company. And bearing in mind that stock price, 1,073, he is now the richest person in the world.
A new world's richest person is crowned.
No one in history has become as rich as quickly as Jeff Bezos.
And guess who was the second richest man alive? Warren Buffett.
Berkshire Hathaway's cash hit a record $381.7 billion last quarter as Warren Buffett stayed on the sidelines in terms of M&A. Operating profit jumped 34%, led by booming insurance results and unusually low disaster activity. Investors are paying closer attention as the company nears a new era with Buffett.
The person who understood how the stock market went. He was a billionaire off of just investing. Now you have the information that people do not have. Now, what is left for you is wait for the right moment when this bubble bursts, because surely it will burst. That is a guaranteed fact. And if you initially invested in AI, now it's your last chance to withdraw all that money, put it in your account, and wait for it to burst. And at the perfect moment, you are going to strike like a lion waiting for its prey. And you wait it out. Because, you see, the thing about AI or the thing about bubbles in general, they are caused by hypes. People get excited too early. They think that the future is here now. But here's the trick. The future takes time to build. And when they see that, oh, it's just a scam, and it drops, they lose hope. But that is the moment that you attack. Because Sam Altman, when the bubble bursts, he will not stop creating AIs. Sam Altman, when the bubble bursts, will not quit. He will keep on producing more AIs, trying to improve AI. And guess what? From there, the future finally arrives for real. And when it arrives, you are going to be the richest person in the whole wide world. But all of that comes if you wait for the right moment to strike.
So most of those internet companies of the .com era are out of business.
Yeah.
You survived. What was that made you to survive, and virtually the rest of them are gone?
Well, that whole period is very interesting because the stock is not the company and the company is not the stock. And so as I watched the stock fall from 113 to 6, I was also watching all of our internal business metrics, number of customers, profit per unit, everything you can imagine, defects, etc. Every single thing about the business was getting better and fast. And so as the stock price was going the wrong way, everything inside the company was going the right way. And we didn't need to go back to the capital markets. We didn't need more money. The only reason, a financial bust like the internet bubble bursting makes it really hard to raise money. But, we already had the money we needed. So we just needed to continue to progress.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to start your own business from zero, scale it to tens and thousands of rands, like me and 3,000 other students inside of my academy, Elite Life Strategies, watch this video right here.